Woohoo, Gemini! Mystic GLoLady here. How are you? This is your reading, your divinatory reading for November 2015. And for those of you who have been hanging around, I thank you. And yes, this is the 6th of a series that I was trying out new formats. And this is similar to the last one. And I greatly appreciate those of you who have commented and told me what you liked and what you didn't like. So I've been trying new formats, and yeah, I guess that this is the one that I'm going to be sticking with. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, and yeah. So, Gemini, the duality, how are you doing? Is it your good side or your bad side that you are allowing to control you? Gemini, the I think. You have a full moon in your sign this month. That will be on the 25th. It's at 3 degrees of Gemini. And as we start out with the energy beneath you. Okay, you have the devil, the chaos. So it is underneath you, the energy that you have to work with, the chaos. Okay, it's time to put the chaos behind you. Okay, so as we started out with the first house of self, we have the 4 of Cups. No, that will be in the 2nd house, because in the 1st house, we have the Hangman. Okay, put that back down on top of the deck. The Hangman, your own self-crucifixion. Now that full moon, okay, that full moon is a very good time to get rid of that self-crucifixion, okay? You're hanging yourself by the foot, you can cut yourself down, you can pick yourself up, and you can continue on. Now, if you keep doing what you were doing, you're going to keep getting what you got. So the choice is yours, okay? How are you going to do it, Gemini? In your 2nd house, your second house of finances, your possessions, you have the energy of Cancer, and Cancer is that I feel. And you have the 4 of Cups, the blended pleasure. So in your finances, okay, getting your needs met financially, it looks like in November things are looking good. Now, the blended pleasure. What is the blended pleasure? Okay, be nice, Lisa. Sometimes my mind thinks of things that aren't always appropriate. What can I say? In the 3rd house, you have the energy of Leo, that I will. Do you roar like the lion in your communications? Okay. Your 3rd house is communication, short distance travel, and you have the Temperance. And where is that balance that you need in short distance travel? Your communications. All right. Now, I'm going to keep going, and we'll go back over, and these are all pieces to your puzzle. So by the end, we'll know exactly what's going on. All right, because we have a whole lot of stuff in between here and there. Because in your 4th house of home, okay, you have the Virgo in there. All right, the organization, the analyzing in your home. Are you always organizing, analyzing what's going on in your home? Okay, you have Venus. Now, Gemini, I think I remembered, but I don't know, so I'm going to say it again. These are general readings. So general is I put Gemini into the first house. Okay, that's not necessarily your birth chart. Your ascendant, your time of birth would go into the first house. So if this is not ringing true, find out your time of birth. Find out astro.com. That's a really cool website that you can go there and you can check it out. Get a birth chart free of charge, and then go and listen to your ascendant. Listen to your ascendant, listen to your sun sign, listen to your moon sign. Your moon will tell you how you operate emotionally to things going on. These are all pieces to your puzzle. These are all pieces of information to look at it symbolically in order to identify changes that need to be made, in order to make life happier, make life easier. Now, in your fourth house, you have Virgo. And at the beginning of the month, in the sign of Virgo, you have Venus and Mars. Now, Venus is at 21 degrees. Mars is at 22 degrees. Venus is going into Libra on the 9th. And Mars is going into Libra on the 9th, and they're pretty much going to be dancing until about the 27th. They're going to be, really dancing. Now, yeah, at the beginning, it's a tight conjunction, and it's going to be spreading until about the 22nd. But that's a whole lot of dancing that's going to be going on, and it's going to be happening in your fourth house. Now, Jupiter is there, and Jupiter in your fourth house, that's multiplying, expanding. It's also a spiritual quest. It's in your fourth house. Is your home really what you want it to be? And remember that home is where the heart is. It is being content where you are. Now, Venus and Mars moving up into your fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children. You have the energy of Libra in there, that balance. And do you have that balance that you need in order to, if you, Gemini dual, where's the balance? Gemini has to have the balance because there's already two of you in there. So if one of the personalities, not saying that you're split personality, but you can be, because you're the twins. You are Gemini. You are the dual. As it's going, okay, you're right. I didn't get the card for the fourth house. I keep getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Alrighty. Fourth house. You have the Six of Wands, the Victory. It's working. It's working in your home. And like I said, Venus and Mars is there. And I'm sure that for some of you, you are going to be yearning even more for your home. There are some of you who for some reason are not home, in your home. And let's analyze, let's organize, and that's what you're going to be doing a lot of in your home sector, getting things organized. I mean, big time. Let me get things organized. Now, in the fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children, you have the Libra, the balance, and you have Mercury in there. Now, as I said about that fun, you have the Justice card in there. All right. So, some of you might have had Justice in there to interrupt your fun. Some of you, that's illegal. That's a legal card. And from what I am hearing, it is saying don't have too much fun, or justice could come into effect. All right, keep that balance, Gemini. Now, Mercury is in there. Mercury is your communications, all right? Mercury, being that it was, coming out of retrograde in October, it's direct, and it's moving very, very quickly, because Mercury is going to be in Scorpio on the 3rd. It's going to be in Sagittarius on the 21st, and it will end the month at 14 degrees, halfway through Sagittarius. So it's in your 5th house, your 6th house, your 7th house of partnerships. It's going to be ending in the partnership house. Now, as I said, that justice that's in there, so communications is important this month for you, okay? So in that communications, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. And yes, you hear my precious Bella May. You see my precious Bella May. Excuse me a minute. Pink lemonade. I have to keep my throat moist. Okay, Thomas. Yep, all the animals are here. You didn't see Blue. She was the first one, and you don't usually see Blue. Blue is my attack cat. And yes, that is Bella trying to attack Thomas. They always know when I'm working, and they are just like children. When you are working, they want to be in the middle of it. And, yeah. Okay, Bella, come here. Come here. All right, say hi to everybody. All right, and then, yes, you and Thomas can go and play. All right? Is that a fair deal? Huh? Is that a fair deal? All right, go play. See ya. Belle, go on, go play. Thank you. Sometimes they listen. Can't say all the time. No, they are not children. They're animals. And they have their own minds. That's Thomas. Come on, Thomas. Thank you. All right. Maybe they will let me continue working. No guarantees on that. Alrighty, Gemini. We were going to be talking about your 6th house. Your 6th house. Now, you have Scorpio energy right there. Thomas, you're going to have to keep moving. Come on. Thank you. All right, you have Scorpio. And Scorpio in your 6th house of work, your health, your daily routine. And the sun is going to be shining in that sector. And you also have a new moon on the 11th. Okay, that'll be at 19 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, so the sun's going to be shining on your work health sector until the 23rd, when it will go into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is down here in your 7th house, in your partnership house. So the new moon, new beginnings on the 11th. What new beginnings are you going to be making with work? Or what new beginnings are you going to be making with your health? Okay, no, Thomas. Come on. Thank you. Alrighty, Bella, go get Thomas. Never fails. It never fails. It's always an exciting adventure at my place. It's never dull and boring. Although there are way many times I wish it was. That's why it's like I'm going to try to get these videos out by the 1st of every month, but I make plans, God laughs, and I just go with the flow. I follow direction, and it's not my show. Okay, so the Scorpio in the 6th house, and you have the Hermit. Okay, so, let me think. Let me think about what needs to be done, okay, in your work in your health? Okay, are you being good to you? Okay, that's a big part of it. Are you being good to you? All right. Now, in your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, you have the energy of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is that I see. And you have Saturn, okay? Saturn is that teacher, the Lord of Karma, okay? And it's in your relationship, your partnership house. Now, you have the Nine of Swords, which is despair and cruelty. So, in your relationships, what type of communications needs to be made in order to keep a good relationship? Okay, is all of the truth being revealed in the relationship? Are you hearing some things that you do not like about your relationship? Okay, that's going to be up to you, identifying, communicating. And, being that you have the Hangman in the first house, don't sell yourself short either, okay? You know, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, but if you don't say it, you're not going to be too happy that you didn't, okay? Now, in your eighth house, of other people's money, death, taxes, rebirth. Excuse me, I felt it tickling, and I really hate those coughing fits because they don't seem to want to stop. But I'm doing better. Alright, so you have Capricorn. You have the Capricorn, the grounded energy, and you have Pluto there. And Pluto is going to be there for a while. And that's that death and regeneration. Thomas. Come on now, honey. Come on. Yes, this is Thomas. Say hi, Thomas. Alright, come on. Hang out. There you go. Oh, and that was Bella. Oh, yay. What can I say? What can I say is that we're going to be talking about your 8th house again. Alright, Capricorn. Yeah, I'm going to try to ignore them. It's like, oh, I got a cough. The animals are, what can I say? Alright, Pluto. Change, transformation. You have the Two of Swords, the peace restored, okay? Other people's money. Now, working with other people's money looks to be, it looks to be okay. The communications, the paperwork, regarding other people's money. Alright, now, you and relationships, there's some type of communications that has to be aired out, and it has to be aired out. So, you keep it in, you're not going to feel good. Alright, so try to get it out as quickly as possible. And Bella, come on, keep going. Keep going, Bella. Keep going, Bella. What was I saying about ignoring them? Alright, now, going into the 9th house. In the 9th house of higher learning, of long-distance travels, you have the energy of Aquarius, that I know energy. What do you need to learn? Oh, my goodness, Bella, are you okay? Huh? Are you okay? Excuse my little girl. She's having an attack. You alright? You alright? Huh? You okay? Sorry. Up. You okay? Alright, go on up. What did you get all excited for? You trying to sneeze? My poor baby. Yeah, they might be animals, but they're still my babies. So, that's Bella. She's creating a shadow in my light. Are you alright? You okay? You okay, Bella? What's the matter, honey? What's the matter? You alright? Huh? Okay. I think Bella's okay. I'll let you know. So, I'm sorry for those interruptions, but Gemini, I guess that might be something that might be coming in November. That there might be some interruptions in in communications, some interruptions, communications with partnerships. So, don't get upset if there are those interruptions with partnerships, because that's a good chance that there's going to be some interruptions in your partnerships, relationships. Okay, so Aquarius in the ninth house, the I know, long distance travels, communications, no, long distance travel, communications as in higher learning, and also the spiritual quest. And you have the Five of Wands, the strife. Where is the holdup? What is holding you back? Is it that you do not want to be where you're at? And it's like, where's the holdup? Okay. In your 10th house, your career house, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing in your career? Okay, you have the energy of Pisces. All right, Pisces, the I believe. And you have Neptune in there, the illusions and delusions. And Neptune is retrograde, and the truth is revealed. Now, Neptune is retrograde until the 19th, and then it is going direct. All right, so in your career house, do you have illusions and delusions about who and what you want to do with the rest of your life? Okay, have you figured out what exactly that it is that you want to do? Um, that's a biggie. You know, who and what, who are you? Who are you, Gemini? I mean, that duality. Who is it? Who are you? Because you have strength in your career house. Okay, so your career is going. You can use the strength of your career in order to go out and say, this is who I am. This is who I am. This is what I want to be. Now, in your 11th house of your friends, associates, hopes, and wishes, you have the energy of Aries, that Aries, the great I am, and you also have Uranus in there. And Uranus is retrograde. It's at 17 degrees of Aries, and it's going back to 16 degrees of Aries. And what is unusual? What is, is there a social reform in your community that you are planning with some friends? What is that change that you see that you can bring? Now, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, those are those outer planets, and they take a long time to go through. All right, it's not a quick trip through, because Uranus is there for a long time. It's in each sign for 7 years. All right, so it's going to be, what's changing? What's changing? What's that social reform that you see that you can do? Now, in your 12th house, you have Taurus, okay? And Taurus is the I have. Taurus is grounded. And your 12th house is your hidden enemies, your secrets, your jails, your institutions, and you have the death card, the end of, the new beginnings that are starting for you. Now, what kind of new beginnings? Oh, dang. Do you know I did that the last time too? I keep getting ahead of myself. The death card goes into your friends. Okay, your hopes, your wishes, your friends, your associates, the end of what is ending, okay? Now, are we still talking about that social reform where you see things that need to be changed? Are you willing to stand up and be that change? Okay? I mean, that's a big part of it. You know, are you willing to stand up? You know, that's how we get changes, because people are willing to stand up and say, okay, I don't like how it is. I'm going to change it. This is what I got to do to change it. All right. Now, going back to that 12th house, okay, it looks like you're going to be changing things. You know, there is social reform that is happening all over. It's just people who are willing to step up. You know, a lot of people, they like to stay in the back, and that's not, it's not good. Okay, there was a couple of things that went flashing through my mind, and I'm thinking of, you know, like Auschwitz, and you know, with the Trail of Tears, and it's like, you know, do we have to follow, or can we make that change, that transformation? Do we have to follow that line that leads us to the death chamber? Do we have to stay in that line that leads us in ways that are not good? Is that what we are going to be doing this month? Now, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is taking things into your own hands, okay? You have the ability to make grand changes in your life, but you have to take the reins in your hands in order to do that, okay? Now, as we go back over, okay, the Hanged Man, your own self-crucifixion, relationships. There are some of you who the relationships that aren't working, you know, get rid of. You don't need that mental agony. You know, that the mental agony in relationships. It's like if a relationship is meant to be, okay, it's going to be good. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let me zip. When you are in a relationship and it's hurtful and it's painful and it does not empower you, those are karmic relationships. If you are in a relationship and the other person, they are the wind beneath your wings, and you feel their love and you see their love, that is a good relationship, and it is our choice. Are you in a relationship and that person is bringing you goodness, or are you in a relationship and that person is bringing you pain? You have the choice, you have the decision, but it is up to you. When we expect people to change, expectations are premeditated resentments. So, if you are with a person and just there because you see their potential, um, it doesn't mean they're gonna want to be their potential. So, you have a lot of good things coming up in November, Gemini. You know, yeah, there is going to be some change and transformation, but I see it being for the good. All right? The pressure, that's what makes diamonds out of coal. So you might be under a little bit of pressure, but get out your polishing cloth because you're going to be ready to sparkle. All right? So, Gemini, thank you for hanging with me during all those interruptions. I'll see you. Love you. Bye.